What's up guys, welcome back to EDC Gear Reviews. You're with Jay. I go by the EDC Pirate on Instagram, and welcome back to the channel. It's so good to have you here, and today we're talking about the UC35 flashlight from FENIX coming up. Today we're talking about the FENIX UC35 version 2.0, and it's one of the best tactical lights, tactical flashlights, anything like that I've tried and tested out. I've had this on my carry or part of my carry in my bag, in my pouch for about 2 months now. And I must say, now with load shedding in South Africa and rolling blackouts and all of those horrible things, this thing has become almost invaluable right now. So let's get back, let's check what it's at, let's see what's in the box, and let's take you through it. Okay, so standard procedure in the box, what you get, just your manual as you normally would. I kind of tore this box to pieces, so that's out. You got a little lanyard strap, which does help, especially if you're going on like a trip or anything that you're going to be spending time in the outdoors. This is definitely going to come in handy. Just wrap it around your wrist and take it from there. I've had this flashlight for quite some time now, and I've had a really nice chance to use it, to put it through its paces. I've got a really good feel for it, of what it can do, what it can't do, what certain limitations there are, and then yeah, basically that's this video that I'm just going to run through this with you. So I'm going to take you through a couple of things that I actually do really like about this FENIX UC35. One thing is it comes with an inbuilt, it comes with a battery. If I'm not mistaken, it's the 18650, and it is rechargeable. So that's most lights nowadays don't come with a battery, and you've got to have an initial outlay and actually spend a little bit more on purchase of the torch. Yeah, I mean this is quite a nice thing that it does actually come with the battery. Another thing which is quite lucky, we're talking about batteries, is leave that over there. So it is rechargeable as mentioned before, and it does have a USB charge like option really that is waterproof. So what's actually quite nice, you just take it out the box, plug it on charge, and you're good to go. It does have a deep carry clip on the back here, and it's a full anodized aluminium body. Just a quick little note, it does have your tail button at the back here. You can see it flicking on and off on my shirt there. And then what also is quite nice is it does have a secondary button, which is this almost bronze copper, and if that's your button there, so this is your on and off at the back. As you see, it's going on there. And then what's quite nice is on this button here on the bronze side of things, that is your power outage, almost like your power output. So it does have 5 different variations of power, and I'll flick those up onto the screen. You're looking at now, turbo is going to be your 1000 lumens, which is currently what it's on now. Like there, that is turbo, that's 1000 lumens. With that, it does have about approximately 2 hours and 15 minutes runtime, and it has a throw of about 250 meters. So if we go down from the bottom, so you'll see that is moonlight, and if you can see it on, that's 1 lumen, got 800 hours worth. But I mean, again, why you're not going to use a flashlight if you're going to need this guy? I mean, that's right at the lens, and that is, man, that's nothing right there. But again, let's just see, you might need those kind of jobs. So then you have low, which is 50 lumens. We have 150 in medium. We have high in 350, and turbo and 1000 lumens. Again, as your runtime does increase with the least power that is being outputted. Let me get to turbo. So I don't know if you can see this right now, but in this little bronze button, there's a green light, there's a little LED. So what that does is that's actually a power indicator on how much juice your battery actually has. So if it's green, you're good to go. If it's red, it's dying, or gets below 35%, it goes to red. And when it gets below 15%, like your battery's literally going to peg, it does start blinking red lights. So it does start flashing, blinking red lights, and it obviously it's a nice indicator to have that you just need to replace your battery, or put it back on charge. Especially if you're going on a trip, if you're getting out in the outdoors, that's actually a quite nice thing to have. So you can actually just prepare your kit or your carry really before the expedition that you'll be going on. So another thing to notice about the FENIX UC35 is it is watertight. It's not waterproof, as most flashlights aren't, but if you do looking for something like that, then you'd go down into the diving sector of any other brand, and you'll get your your waterproof flashlights. So this is water resistant. It does have a sealed lock lining. All your buttons are sealed as well. So, but if I'm not mistaken, it does have a depth of 120 meters that it can be submerged in, and it'll work perfectly fine. The first thing that I actually noticed is what's quite nice with the illumination settings on this UC35 is that you do have your tail button, as mentioned before, right? That gives it there. So what are we talking about is when you switch it off, okay, and you switch it back on, it's gonna revert back to the last saved setting, and that is extremely nice. So you don't want to whip out your torch, and I mean, you obviously just need it, and it's sitting there at like 3 lumens, or you know what I mean, when you actually need it, and you got to go through your cycle patterns just to get to the illumination that you actually want. So it's quite nice, it's ready to go. You can pull it out your pocket or in your bag or wherever you need to be, and you have your power or your 1000 lumens or whatever it is, that the setting that you want, right there, right at your disposable, good to go. For me personally, I was actually a little bit hesitant to add this. I've never really messed around with the flashlight or have found out that I've actually needed one. But since I've actually had this, I've been on a trip to the Kruger Park, and I mean, that was phenomenal. This thing came in cheese. Like, I used it every single day that I was there. Obviously, you're in the wildlife, you're in the game reserve, you need a torch. This was my guy. It actually sits next to me on my nightstand at night. So if I ever need something, or if we have, load shedding, or like these rolling blackouts that we're currently having, I have a light at my disposal right then and there. And again, you never know you needed something until you got it, right? And now this is something that is going to be firmly segmented in my carry. I'm actually just going to go with, maybe it's just something a little bit smaller, like this. I mean, you can see the size of my hand there. It's quite large. If I'm not mistaken, it is about 12 centimeters, so 120 mils in full length. It's a large carry for your pocket, and this is going to look very awkward in your skinny jeans going forward. So definitely, and the thing is as well, with this carry clip on the top here, you do have this exposed back piece at the back here that would sit out, so it's not as concealed as one would think. So I'm going to try and get my hands on, the chat to the guys at Blades and Triggers, try and get my hands on a baton, or the Baton Pro, or the Patrol, or something along those lines from FENIX. It just has a smaller one, and I would like to throw those two against each other and basically just have almost like a head-to-head with a proper EDC torch or EDC flashlight versus something that's a little bit more on the tactical side of things. So yeah, that'll be great to just check that up. So maybe that's coming up in a future video, we don't know, but hey, stay tuned and we'll find out. Basically, the only one drawback I have with this UC35 is that the button on the tail end is not recessed. Even if it is compressed and it's turned on, it doesn't sit flush. So you can't balance it, you can't stand it up on the tail end of things. So it is always down on the LED or on the element right there. And obviously from that side, depending where you're putting it down, it does, the glass on the front end is a little bit recessed there. It has got a beveled edge, so it's gonna protect that. But for me personally, I would like to have stood it up on the back end, of back end of the torch, just to protect that little element just a little bit better, as going forward from there. As everything, guys, this channel and the gear is sponsored by Blades and Triggers. If you are interested in anything that we are talking about and basically would like to pick something up, head down to the description. Their link to their website, BNT Online, is on the first line of the description. Head through there, show the guys some love, and they're running some amazing specials at the moment. Black Friday is coming up, and I know there's going to be some solid deals there. So yeah, head on down and check it out. Again, thank you guys for the support of this channel. I'm Jay. I go by the EDC Pirate on Instagram. Show some love, links below, and we'll see you there. Peace. You whip it out, whoops, and you're good. I think I actually just hit the